Are you trying to work out the key benefits of WhatsApp for Business and whether you should make the transition as a small business owner? Well, this is the video for you. In today's tutorial, we're going to be chatting through the key functionality that you'll find on WhatsApp for Business, how it differs from WhatsApp, as well as answering your most frequently asked questions about the topic. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Megs, and every week I release tech tutorials helping you do digital better. So where exactly did WhatsApp for Business come from? Well, of course, it's owned by Facebook. It makes it very easy to integrate with both Facebook and Instagram, and it was launched in 2018 as an Android-only app. It subsequently changed to being accessible by iOS too, so whether you go to the Play Store or the App Store, you're going to find it there free to download. So what is some of that key functionality that differentiates it between WhatsApp? Well, the first piece of key functionality is the profile functionality. So this allows you to add a cover page as well as a business description. It'll pull a category from your sign up process, and it'll allow you to add your URL as well as your email address, which really makes it easy for people to find out more about your business. In addition to this, you can also add your opening hours, so people will have exactly what they need to contact you at the touch of a button. So think of it a little bit as your Google My Business profile listing. It's very similar, but of course mobile first. Next up, let's chat about the catalog functionality, which in my opinion is really the game changer when it comes to WhatsApp for Business. So this allows you to add up to 500 products or services on your little mini catalog, which is really like a mobile storefront. On here, you can actually add up to 10 images per product, as well as pertinent information like the product name, description, price, the SKU or unique code that is associated with that product. And you have the ability to toggle this on or off. So if you need to load sale product, for example, you can pop it all on off while you do the upload, and then at a later stage, pop it on. So where this is really handy is if a customer is asking for a recommendation, for example, you're actually able to send them the exact product from your catalog, which means that it's really super easy for them to check out. Because WhatsApp Pay is not available in most countries as of yet, this URL is really important because it's going to allow customers the place to actually check out on your e-commerce website. In the countries where WhatsApp Pay is available, you can check out natively within the WhatsApp app. So hopefully that'll come to us soon. But that's really the benefit of that catalog functionality, making it a no-brainer for small business owners. Next up, let's chat about the away and the greeting messages. These are super handy because it allows you to set a message that a customer will see if you're away from your desk, kind of like an out of office, or a greeting message, which of course makes you seem like you're online all the time because it's greeting people before you've had a chance to even read what their query is. Quick replies is also quite similar. It allows you to save shortcuts. So for example, /thanks could populate a much longer message like, thank you so much for doing business with me. Your support means the world. So you can see it's really going to avoid you coming across as curt when you are chatting to your customers, even though we know as a small business owner, you're probably just on the run. Next up is labels. Labels are amazing. It allows you to set pre-populated labels, which Facebook and WhatsApp supply to you, or alternatively, you can add a custom label, which makes it super easy to keep track of where the customer is in their journey. Do they still need to pay you? Are they waiting for a delivery? This is really going to help you know all of that stuff. Next up is the QR code and the short link. These are super handy because think of WhatsApp for Business as your inbound marketing tool. So WhatsApp for Business is not going to make it any easier to get in touch with big amounts of consumers from an outbound perspective, but certainly it's going to help you manage those queries that are inbound. So what this QR code or short link does is, of course, allow customers the opportunity to maybe see your QR code on your storefront, or alternatively on your car, maybe your car's branded, or on your website itself, and then communicate with you quite seamlessly from there. Next up, let's talk about the ability to connect with Facebook and Instagram. So this is of course a major benefit. It allows you to link it up with a Facebook page or an Instagram page and allow people to get in touch with you simply and easily using your WhatsApp for Business. If you connect it to a Facebook page, you'll also see that it will pull in some of your information from your Facebook page into your WhatsApp for Business About section. Alright, so that is really the key functionality in a nutshell, but there are some things you need to bear in mind over and above that. So the first major question that I do get asked is, what number must I use? So this is a great question and probably the reason for a lot of confusion around WhatsApp and WhatsApp for Business. So you can only have an account linked to one number, which means if you're already using your personal number for WhatsApp, you can't then use it for WhatsApp for Business at the same time. However, you do have two options. So the first option is to switch from WhatsApp to WhatsApp for Business. Simply to do this, you're going to go to the App Store, the Play Store, download WhatsApp for Business, and then do a transfer from your personal WhatsApp to your WhatsApp for Business. So then you will see that your normal WhatsApp almost becomes deactivated. The people that you're chatting to will get some kind of message like you are now chatting with a business, and you'll see all this additional functionality. If you then want to go back to WhatsApp and you click the WhatsApp icon, you will see it makes you transfer back across. So it's not letting you use the two in parallel. You really do need to pick if you want one or the other. So the key consideration or caveat around transferring from a WhatsApp personal to a WhatsApp for Business is, of course, your customers are going to have your personal number, which we know that late night WhatsApps are not the greatest at the best of times, but certainly not from your customers. So unless privacy is not of concern to you, I wouldn't necessarily suggest taking this route. The second route that you can take, which I'm going to recommend to you guys, is to actually register a second number. And this doesn't mean that you necessarily need a dual SIM for this approach to work. So simply what you're going to do is download your WhatsApp for Business, pop in that new SIM card, and actually take that one-time PIN that allows WhatsApp to know that that is in fact your number. You can then take the SIM card out and leave it in a drawer. But bear in mind with this approach that you don't want that SIM to become deactivated as it does on some mobile networks, so you may need to pop it into your phone every couple of months or so just to make sure that it does remain active. But certainly this means that both your business and your personal are going to be kept a little bit separate, which is probably the best approach for most of us. Next up, let's chat about how broadcast or bulk messaging works with WhatsApp for Business. So the short answer is that it's exactly the same as normal WhatsApp. You can only message 256 customers or people at any one time using a broadcast list. And bear in mind, those people all have to have your number saved into their mobile phone in order for that broadcast message to be delivered. So really, it's that inbound platform. It's really not about spraying your customers with spammy messages, which is great for all of us as consumers too. Another question that I get often is, I have multiple staff, how is WhatsApp for Business going to work? Well, the good news is that WhatsApp recently announced that you would be able to use it on up to 4 devices, and you wouldn't necessarily need to have the device close to the computer like you used to have when it came to using WhatsApp for desktop. So that is great. Your WhatsApp for Web is really going to work exactly the same with both WhatsApp for Business and for WhatsApp. And rumor has it this will soon be for up to 4 devices. So hopefully when WhatsApp rolls out that update, they'll roll it out to WhatsApp for Business as well. And the final question that I get is, how do you handle more complicated journeys on WhatsApp? Maybe your business is a little bit more sophisticated, or you have higher volumes of queries. Well, WhatsApp for Business sadly is intended only for small businesses. It's really not aimed at that enterprise level customer. So for this instance, you'd need to take one of 2 approaches. The first of which is using a bot builder. My absolute favorite is called BuilderBot. I will link to them down below. And using BuilderBot, you can really think of them as like a Wix or a Squarespace where you're able to DIY a user journey. And this user journey will be valid for customers on WhatsApp, on Telegram, and on Facebook Messenger, just depending on what your requirements are. So you are able to really flesh out beautiful user journeys using software like this, but it is a premium software at an additional cost, which means that not only does the subscription cost money, but also the transactions. So it is a great one, and certainly one to look at if that is your requirement, but bear in mind it's not the same free messaging functionality as WhatsApp for Business. If you're lucky enough to have developers on your team, you can actually have them look at the WhatsApp API documentation and apply for direct WhatsApp access into their API, which means that you will be able to develop yourself on the WhatsApp API platform. But this is definitely not for the layman amongst us. It really does require some expertise, which is why the bot builder can often be an easier route. So if you're lusting after, for example, the beautiful case studies which show KLM delivering your boarding pass using WhatsApp, rest assured they are not using WhatsApp for Business. They are using the API or a bot builder. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you found it valuable and it shed some light on what it takes to market using WhatsApp in 2021 and beyond. If you have any questions at all, please pop them down below. Hit that subscribe subscribe button if you haven't already, and check out my other WhatsApp for Business videos. It really does help me grow my channel. Anyways, I can't wait to see you guys in the next one so that we can keep on doing digital better.